All right, hi everyone. Welcome back to our weekly trading forecast for the week of 3rd of August to 7th of August. So as usual, we're going to start with the dollar index. So let me just share my screen right now. All right, so this is going to be a new month. So the month of July has ended. So so right now, what you're looking at is the monthly charts of the dollar index, and we can see that the drop in the month itself is the biggest one ever since 2009, just right after or rather during the financial crisis back then. So I think that right now at a glance, if you look at the monthly charts, it is obvious that the high at 103.7.8, somewhere close to 104, has proven to be the peak of the dollar index in this decade, and with this strong bearish movement right here in the month, definitely tells us a lot that the dollar index is definitely in a bearish trend right now. So this month itself, definitely expecting more of a bearish movement for the dollar index. All right. So and looking at the levels, okay, the support right now we are seeing is that the price is being supported at the 26-month low. So probably this will bring us a bit of a pullback in the beginning of this week, or even all the way to next week. And this week we have a lot of data coming in, such as cash rates and of course NFP. Yeah, so those are things we want to take note of, and that may cause the market to fluctuate a little bit slower before all the releases of all these important news. You can see that this is a rising channel. Previously was broken above, came all the way down, supported, pulls back to the top right here, and it went all the way down. Of course, not forgetting that previously there was a rising channel, for the last 2 years, and right now price has went all the way down back to the starting point of this entire bullish channel right here, and of course found a little bit support. But obviously, to me, what's more important is that in the monthly charts, this rising trend line in the monthly charts for more than 9 years has kind of reached, all right, and of course in the weekly chart and the day chart is considered a break already. So definitely still going to fall further. In the day charts, what we want to take note of is that this falling channel right here, we can see that there's a strong, there's support at the bottom, strong rebound last Friday before the market closed. So probably we are going to see the dollar index start to range for quite a while, but it won't be too long. At the most 2 weeks, if not within the week itself, it probably will start to go down again. So take note of this zone right here, this supply zone, 93.5, 93.9, between this zone itself. Continue to look to sell the dollar index. So going to a smaller time frame, we can see that in the 4-hourly charts, the price has, all right, the dollar has broke above this falling trend line, all right, in the short time frame. So there's a possibility it will go up. It continues to push back. One thing to take note is that it has yet to break the previous high right here. So this week, you want to wait. If, say, the price at the beginning of the week is able to break above this previous high right here, then that shows a confirmation that the dollar index might continue to pull back even further, probably forming something like an inverse head and shoulder right here. Depends. So just watch out first. But however, if dollar were to just continue to fall without breaking new high, I think we can just continue to wait for pullback back to the previous low right here, somewhere here, and continue to sell the dollar index. And that means that the current entire falling trend right now may continue to extend even further into August. Okay, so that's for the dollar index. Next, we have the gold. So believe everyone does know already, the gold has broke historical high, the historical high of 1,921.22 level, and right now it is standing at 1,975.86. So for last week itself, we can see that the gold, after breaking new historical high, continues to go higher, and right now it is kind of stuck and resisted at the current high right now. So if we go to the 4-hourly charts, you can see that this level right here, 1,978, is a pretty good resistance, but it does also seem that there isn't much seller at the moment, especially right after this strong sell-off. All right, what was expected and what has happened in terms of the expectation is that the market does continues to range, but instead it forms something like a ascending triangle. So it did not come back to the previous low and test the low again. Rather, it's just forming ascending triangle. So I think if you go all the way to like 15-minute charts, you can continue to observe the resistance at the top 1,978. See whether there is there's still reversals, sign of reversal. You can still try to sell at the top all the way to the bottom of the of this entire ascending triangle. And if it really turned out as expected, right? I think we should be able to see some form of a ranging movement for the next few days, okay, within this region. So it depends whether it will be able to get resistance at the top again and start to come down. Hopefully it breaks below the ascending triangle right here. I mean the bottom of the ascending triangle. Okay, just watch out. But however, if it really continues to break higher, I think we should not try to jump into the market to buy the gold so soon. Definitely there will be some strong sell-off along the way, so that's what I'm still waiting for. Not really trying to sell the top, but waiting for some form of confirmation and waiting for the gold to fall into another ranging markets and try to find the confirm the bottom of the range, and that's where I can continue to buy the gold again. Otherwise, it is not very advisable to just keep buying the gold when it's already that overbought. You know, you can see that the monthly gain right here is somewhat like a historical, like the biggest ever bullish run in the monthly chart for, I don't know, like if I look across the entire market all the way to 2006, available up to now, this is the biggest gain in the month so far. So we can say that right now is historically is the biggest gain. And we can see that back then in the 2008 financial crisis, where the gold actually broke new high, okay, there was also a very strong bullish monthly gain, but it was followed by a very strong pullback as well. So that's what I thought it might happen. So which is why I do not want to try to catch the trend when it broke even higher, because we never know that there could be a really strong pullback after which. So we might want to spend some time to understand what really happened right here as well. So that's for the goal. And next, I will pass my time over to JJ to share his trading plan for the week. So JJ, let me stop sharing first. Okay.
First up will be euro dollar. You can see this week that this previous uptrend, this week euro dollar has forfeited the entire volume of the uptrend, getting resisted in previous area of interest, also a supply zone. So similarly to when this first wave was formed, we could look for a short pullback or retracement. So in a smaller time frame, we can see that previously, after being resisted, it formed 2 waves before finding support at this level. So similarly, we could look at the current retracement as the first wave and maybe a second wave, and we could look to buy dollar again. But also take note that price may also start going sideways like previously. But if you manage to buy at the lowest price, then I think it's a price you can hold. Next to be Aussie dollar. You can see Aussie dollar that ever since January 2018, it was actually in a downtrend. And now price has actually broken above. And the next, in a bigger time frame, the next important or key resistance we can see is actually this area at about 0.735736. So there's actually still room for more upside. And as you can see, this was the, go back to the weekly chart. This was the previous area of resistance or support resistance that Aussie dollar just broke. So maybe we could look for a retest back into this level before buying Aussie dollar again. Or because there's also the statement, so if Aussie dollar is actually really bullish and this trend line holds, then we could actually just look to buy Aussie dollar immediately. So yeah, either this level, or if it breaks, then we could see if it comes back down to this price and it gets supported, then we could buy at this price again. So these are the two pairs that I'll be watching this week.
All right. Thanks for sharing. I'm gonna go back to my screen. Right, next is the Dow Jones. So what have I actually? I think I left some right here. Buyers exhausted, started reverse after is at 27,000, which we can still see that the price still registered at 27,000. And the bottom of the rising channel hold. Bottom of the rising channel. Oh, okay. So in the day charts, so can it hold? It somewhat seems like is holding and not holding. Actually, if we were to look at it closely, it has started to exit out of this entire rising channel, but it is not coming down. And I didn't expect that Apple stock actually shot up last Friday. You know, there was a strong sell-off in the Apple stocks, and you know, you see, I mean, this entire uptrend, you know, it was broken. There were slow pullbacks, so I was kind of expecting that the Apple stock may continue to trend lower. However, last Friday, it actually shot up, and you know, and that caused the U.S. stock market to continue to get supported and not being sold off. As you can see, there's such a strong bullish run right here, supported somewhere right here, 26,000. But however, it doesn't mean that will actually continue to bring the stock market higher. It all depends. I am still biased towards selling the the Dow Jones as of now. Not talking about Nasdaq or the S&P, just talking about the Dow Jones. I still believe it's still within a range, and there will still be opportunity to sell as long as it doesn't breaks above the 27,000 resistance. I strongly believe there will still be a chance for us to sell the Dow Jones. All right. So yeah, it's that straightforward because technically speaking, it has broke below the this rising channel. It may just take a little bit longer for it to actually start falling again and form another bearish wave as in comparison to the previous sell-off right here in June, where the US COVID cases actually jumped, therefore also start to rise. And given the current situation right now in US, we can see that the new cases, okay, the new cases are still at a high. It's not really coming down, although it did stop breaking new high this week. Start to come down a little bit lower, but it's still at a high. Death rate also picks up and slowly coming down, making small pullbacks. Who knows, it may continue to rise again. And that's definitely not good for the US economy and tells a lot about how the stock market will eventually turn out. So, which is why I still hold my kind of a biased bearish sentiment for the US stock market, especially the Dow Jones, because as compared to Nasdaq and S&P, Dow Jones is the one that doesn't just keep climbing that continuously and keep breaking new high or even the historical high. So that's what I'm looking for the Dow Jones. Right, I think that will be all for this week. This week itself, there is a lot of news, as we know. So the first one will be in Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday we have the RBA interest rate decision. So people who are trading Aussie, right, just take note of this news. Most likely it's going to be unchanged. Still going to remain at 0.25%. Of course, there are still I think there won't be much changes for this so far. So just take note. We have the BOV Bank of England interest rate as well. Unlikely to have any changes. And of course, last but not least, we have the non-farm payroll, okay, for the for the United States and other important news such as the balance of trade, growth rate for the Japan, inflation rate in China. So this week there's definitely quite a number of very important news to take note. But definitely before US non-farm payroll, I think the dollar might continue to range for a while, as long as it doesn't just keep breaking new low from the beginning of the week. So that's pretty much for this week, and thanks for watching, and we will see you again next week.